You ever wonder what it really takes to start a movement that changes the world? Well, it turns out there might be a four-step blueprint hiding in an ancient text. Today, we're going to break down how Matthew chapter 4 basically lays out the entire playbook, from a leader's private test all the way to their explosive public launch.
So, how does this whole thing unfold? We're going to look at it in 4 key stages. First up, the leader gets forged in the fire of isolation. Then, bam, a powerful message is launched. After that, the core team gets assembled, and finally, the movement proves its worth in a way nobody can ignore. Let's jump in right at the beginning.
You know, every great movement has to start with a leader, right? But that leadership, it has to be tested. This first part is all about forging resolve, where the absolute core principles of the mission get hammered out in this really intense, isolated conflict.
So picture this. The scene isn't set with some big display of power. It's the exact opposite. It's extreme vulnerability. After 40 days in the wilderness with no food, Jesus is physically at his absolute weakest, and that's the moment the tempter decides to show up.
3 very specific challenges are thrown at him, and each one is like a strategic attack on his mission. The first one hits him right where he's weakest, his physical hunger. The second one tempts his ego, with the promise of a big public spectacle. And the third? It offers a corrupt shortcut to ultimate power. These aren't just ancient trials. They're the kinds of tests every leader faces. And right here, we see the very first principle get locked in. Instead of using his power to fix a personal problem, Jesus makes it crystal clear. The spiritual purpose of this movement is way more important than any immediate physical need. This idea becomes the foundation for everything that follows.
Okay, so for the second test, the temptation is basically to put on a show, right? Create some sensational miracle to prove who he is. But his refusal is this powerful statement against using power for spectacle. The mission isn't going to be built on cheap tricks or trying to force God's hand. It has to have real substance.
And this brings us to the final, decisive rejection. The offer is just insane. All the kingdoms of the world. Ultimate power. But it comes at the cost of his core mission. The response is absolute. There's no negotiation. With that, the leader's resolve is proven. The test is over.
All right, so his purpose is clear, his character's been tested, and that private trial is finished. Now it's time to take the message public. This is where the movement really starts to take shape and hit the ground running. Now pay attention here, because this isn't just him changing his address. This is a trigger event. John the Baptist, who was another really powerful voice, has just been silenced. This creates a vacuum, a moment of darkness, that actually provides the perfect opportunity for a new message to shine through.
And here, the story frames this as something way bigger than just a new teacher arriving. It's positioned as the fulfillment of a prophecy from Isaiah, a huge transformative event. It's like a literal light appearing in the darkest of places. This gives the whole mission this deep sense of historical and spiritual importance.
So what is this game-changing message? Well, it's incredibly short and incredibly powerful. It's not some long, complicated philosophy. It's a simple 2-part call to action. Change the way you think, because a whole new reality is here right now. It's urgent, it's direct, and it is crystal clear.
So, a leader with a message is a great start, but a movement needs people. It needs a team. This next stage is absolutely critical. It's all about recruiting that core group, the very first followers who are going to help carry this message forward.
The call goes out to 2 fishermen, Simon Peter and his brother Andrew. And just listen to the language here. It's a direct invitation. Come, follow me. But he immediately pairs it with this totally new vision for their entire lives. I will send you out to fish for people.
I mean, that's not just a clever line, right? It's a complete reframing of their skills and their whole identity. He takes what they do every single day, fishing, and turns it into a metaphor for their new mission. He's not telling them to throw away their lives, he's showing them how their skills can serve something so much bigger. And their response is just as incredible as the call itself. We see it happen twice with 2 sets of brothers, and the language is so specific, at once and immediately. There's zero hesitation. They drop their livelihoods, their nets, their boats, even their family to join this cause. It just shows you how compelling the leader and his vision must have been.
Okay, so we've got a tested leader, we've got a clear message, and we've got a committed team. But for a movement to really truly take off, it has to deliver results. This final stage is all about demonstrating that impact through real, tangible action.
So the ministry works on 3 levels. You've got teaching,
which is for the mind. You've got proclaiming the good news, which speaks to the spirit. And then, and this is huge, you've got healing, which gives tangible proof by meeting the immediate physical needs of the people.
And look, we're not talking about healing minor aches and pains here. The text lists off a whole range of severe, often chronic conditions. We're talking severe pain, demon possession, seizures, paralysis. By healing these, the movement is showing its power to bring real, life-altering change to the people who are suffering the most.
And the results? They're explosive. You can literally trace how the fame spreads. It starts in the home base of Galilee, but it doesn't stay local for long. Word spreads all over Syria, and pretty soon, huge crowds are traveling from the Decapolis, from Jerusalem, from Judea, all drawn in by the power of the message and the proof that it works. The movement has officially gone viral.
So when we look back on this whole four-part structure, the tested leader, the clear message, the committed team, and the proven impact, it really leaves us with one big question. What does this ancient blueprint suggest is the most essential ingredient for any new idea or movement to really catch fire today?